and welcome to the September edition of Soul Explorations with Jo. My name is Jo Worsfold. I'm a Tasmanian energy healer, intuitive spirit communicator and author, and these monthly sessions are a way for me to share my knowledge and experiences with you so that hopefully you can learn some lessons along with me and explore some different options that you have available to you to help you on your spiritual journey. So every month we talk about a different topic, we explore a different thing, and this month we're going to talk about your own journey, how you can take ownership of that, how you can empower yourself more, how you can help yourself on a deeper level when you're embarking on your spiritual journey. So as always, there will be energy healing laced into this session today, so you may feel energy moving through your body, you may have some different sensations, you may feel some emotions moving through you, which is all completely normal for energy healing. We will channel some messages from Spirit for you today to give you some guidance. And we'll just have a general talk about little things you can implement in your own life to help you to feel more empowered and more in control of what you want and who you want to be. So I want to begin with an energy healing. It's going to be a combination of an energy healing and a meditation. So I want to invite you to close your eyes now and take a couple of nice, big, deep breaths. And as you breathe, as you do these beautiful, big, intentional inhales and exhales, you'll start to feel your body relaxing. You'll feel the muscles in your body let go a little bit. You'll feel the tension start to leave your shoulders. And so it's really important that we not rush this. It's really important that you give yourself a minute or two now to really feel into your body. Breathe and relax. Inhale and exhale. Make that exhale audible if you feel comfortable doing that, because that can really help. That vibration of that audible exhale can really help to shift the energy in your body and relax you a little bit more. You should now be starting to feel a little bit calmer. Your head, your mind should be a little bit less chattery, less chatter in your head, in your thoughts, as you breathe and relax. And so the intention of this healing, this meditation that we're opening with today, is to deepen your connection with yourself. Spirit is saying this is what we want for you. We want for you to feel strong enough and sure enough of your own abilities, your own instincts, that you can trust the decisions you make. Take ownership of what you want, what you deserve, what you need, what you desire. This is all going to be rolled into this beautiful healing for you today. So as your eyes remain closed and you breathe and relax, the energy is starting to stir. And what I'm seeing is it's like a tiny little ember, like a little spark, a little bit of coal that's got a beautiful red glow to it. It's quite subtle. But what we're going to do is we're going to heighten that spark. We're going to turn it into this beautiful big fire, a nice big flame. And this is your flame. And you can use this flame however you choose. You can draw strength from it. You can draw love from it. You can draw wisdom. Whatever it is you desire, you can tune into this flame and take what you need. It's going to empower you. And Spirit is saying you are always empowered. You are always a strong person, an empowered person. What really does change is your connection to that and your perception of that. And so this healing today, this meditation, is giving you a deeper awareness of that and giving you the comfort that it's always there. You just have to trust it and feel into it. So that little spark now is really starting to, it's flickering like a candle. The flame of a candle, it's kind of jumping around. It's getting a little bit bigger. And you may have your own visuals happening right now as we go through this, which is fine. It's normal for you to tune into a different aspect of this from what I'm tuning into. Doesn't mean what I'm seeing is right or wrong, or what you're seeing is right or wrong. It just means we're tuning into a different aspect of your experience, your healing today. I can now hear, as the flame gets stronger and bigger, there's a sound that's coming through with it. It's kind of like a roaring, but it feels like it's a long way off. So it's like this roaring, rumbling off in the distance. So I have this awareness of it being very big, very powerful, but it's just a little bit out of reach right now. So we're going to stay with that and see where it takes you. Breathe and relax. Stay with the energy, stay with my words as I talk you through it. Or if you're having your own experience, stay with that. So that rumbling, that roaring is getting quite close now. It's getting louder. It's closer. And that flame that was flickering is now, it's bigger than a fire. It's bigger than like a campfire. It's getting lots of heat. It's generating a lot of heat, a lot of light. There's a lot of depth to it. And so I want you to imagine or sense or feel that there is this beautiful, bright, big, strong fire in front of you. And you're aware of the depth, the layers of this fire. And you're going to give yourself permission in a moment to go into the fire, through the layers, through the different levels. And this is where you're going to really feel that sense of empowerment, that strength, that courage. Breathe and relax now as you move into the fire, into the flames. That roaring, that rumbling, it's like thunder, it's really loud now. So you're right in the thick of it. And I can feel your energy shifting as you move through this. It's almost like your own energy is sort of crackling in response. There's energy being released, but you're also taking on energy from the fire as well. So there's a lovely exchange taking place. I want you to now, again, still with your eyes closed, you're in the fire, so stay with the flame, stay with the energy of this fire. I want you to, either in your mind or out loud, I want you to speak or think the following words. I am responsible for my own life, my own happiness, my own experiences. I take ownership of my journey and my purpose. And once you've moved through those words, I want you to let it go. Don't cling to the words. Don't lay there thinking about them, replaying them. Just let them go. Let your soul, let the energy do the rest. You've set your intention, you've made your statement. You've acknowledged your role, your part, your responsibility in your life journey. And with those words, I can feel the energy in and around you really changing. Everything's calming down, everything's starting to settle. So the energy, the intention behind those words was very, very effective. And I can feel the flames starting to subside. It's like they're not getting smaller. I feel like it's the same size, but it's moving away, or you're moving away from it. So we're coming up to the end of this healing meditation now. And so I want you to remember that these flames, this fire that we just connected with now, that's inside you. So that's not an external fire, that's an internal fire. This is part of you, so you can journey back there whenever you want, whenever you need. It might be really helpful to reconnect with that again in the next few days, just to really reinforce that ideal, that belief that you're it. You can have 100 supporters around you, helping you and teaching you and guiding you and giving you advice, and none of that compares to what you can do for yourself. You have to be the one to take ownership of your life and of your choices. And so I would really suggest that you watch this again a couple of times in the next few days and redo this healing, just to really reinforce that, particularly if you're a person who does tend to, and you may not do it intentionally, it might be an unintentional, sort of an unconscious thing that you do, but a lot of people, they seek help from other people in all different areas of their lives, and they get so caught up in needing other people to help them, they forget that they are really the one and only person who can make the changes and take on the advice that sits right and let go of the advice that doesn't sit right. It really all does come back to you. And so if you're a person who you feel like you've given away a little bit of your power or a little bit of your, the decision-making process, you feel like you've handballed some of that over to other people. You've become quite dependent on other people for different things. This is going to be really helpful for you to watch this again a couple of times. So you can stay there with your eyes closed if you like and just listen to the rest of this session, or you can slowly, when you feel ready, you can open your eyes again. I'm just feeling into now the next stage of this beautiful session that we're having together. So Spirit wants me now to talk a little bit about what are some really simple but effective things you can do in your own life to feel more empowered. And Spirit is saying, there's so many tools available to you. You can use positive affirmation cards, you can use crystals, you can use art, there's so many, that whole thing of self-expression is a really powerful, empowering thing to be able to express yourself through different means, of the clothes you wear to the way you do your hair, the art that you have on your walls, the way you style your home or your office. These are all ways that you can empower yourself. And so have a look around the space that you're in, where you live or where you work, and just have a look think about what you can do to make a change, something that's going to make you feel stronger, feel a little bit better, feel a little bit happier. And then make those changes. And it could be something as simple as just rearranging your desk. Say if you're at work, change things around, move the filing from one side to the other, change the height or the angle of your computer. Anything that's going to make you feel a little bit more sure of yourself and a little bit more happier, a little bit more powerful within yourself is a step in the right direction. Spirit wants to now talk about sometimes people, so we're talking about empowerment, taking control of our lives. Spirit wants to address the concept of taking control of your life versus surrendering to that higher power, that higher purpose. Spirit is saying there's some really powerful messages on that for you today. So I'm just going to feel into that for a moment and see where we go. So Spirit is showing me, I'm being shown some feelings and some things, but I'm having trouble verbalizing it. I'm having trouble putting it into words. Really what I'm being shown is there is power and there is control in relinquishing control to, not to other people, not to other things, but to that bigger picture, that whole, higher purpose. So that in and of itself is a really powerful way to gain more control of your life. And it sounds a bit counterintuitive. It sounds a bit back the front, being told to surrender to a higher power to give you more control of your life. It kind of sounds a bit strange, even to me as I'm saying these words. It's like, is that what you actually want me to say? Is that the right message? Because to me it sounds a little bit odd, but I am being told, yes, that is the right message. So maybe feel into that some more. So Spirit is saying, through surrendering, relinquishing control to a higher power, a higher purpose, being the universe or God or Gaia, Mother Earth, whatever higher power it is that you really connect with, through surrendering to that, you are really regaining control of your life. So that's an interesting message for you to do some thinking about later, feel into it, maybe meditate on it and see what comes up for you. Okay, let's see if there's anything else we need to talk about while we're on this topic of empowering ourselves. So I'm just going to take a moment to breathe into it, feel into it. Okay. So Spirit is showing me what I'm actually doing here, what I'm sitting here doing is what Spirit wants me to share with you or to teach you or to remind you, if this is something you do but maybe you've forgotten about it, is the strength and the power in just pausing for a second. You know, confidence, Spirit is saying confidence comes from within, and it comes from a place of authenticity as well. So you can sit in front of a group of friends or in front of your loved one, you know, your partner or your child, and you know, you want to be strong and you want to be useful and helpful and powerful, confident, but sometimes you can get caught up in the dramatics of that. And so you might find yourself talking, and it's all coming across very confident, and your body language is very confident and sure of yourself, and you're going. But in that, sometimes you lose track of what it is you're actually trying to say or what you're actually trying to get across. And so Spirit is saying, when you're exuding confidence, when you're being and doing from a place of empowerment, it's going to be really helpful for you to pause your way through it. So just like what I did before, which is what sort of started this whole part of the conversation, is I said, okay, I'm just going to take a moment to feel into it. And then I paused and I closed, which is what I always do. I closed my eyes and I took a moment. You know, I could very easily have just sat here because I'm in front of this camera and I'm, you know, lots of people are likely going to see this. So my ego is saying, well, you need to come across as, you know, confident, and it needs to flow and it needs to be constant, and it needs to be this really beautiful flowing video recording. But my soul and Spirit keeps telling me to just pause every now and then. And so that's what I do. And so that's something you can do. When you're working in an empowered state, don't just feel like you then need to go, and just constantly be spewing words, feelings, emotions. Just stop and feel into it. You can still be empowered in stillness and in silence and in reflection. So I hope that makes sense to you. So again, I'm going to pause as I do and just see where Spirit wants to take us from here with this. Spirit is saying, this month, if you are really interested in exploring other things, exploring a new interest, a new friendship, a new relationship, a new aspect of you that may have sort of bubbled to the surface a little bit, and you got a sneak peek of it and you've gone, I didn't know I was capable of that, or I felt like that, or I didn't know I liked that or didn't like that. So Spirit is encouraging you this month to be brave enough to do a little bit of exploring. And if you can explore some new ideas, beliefs, even some new healing modalities. So if you're the sort of person that always gets a massage every week or month or whatever it is, and that's your go-to, and I'm just using this as an example, and you love your massages and you get lots out of them, and it's a very, holistic, spiritual, beautiful, embodying experience for you, Spirit is encouraging you, if you're a bit set in your ways and you have these go-to things that you really depend on and you really rely on, you're being encouraged to try something a little bit different. Ask some friends what they love to do to unwind or to relax or to tap into their spiritual self, enhance their spiritual practices. Do some research online. This is going to be the perfect month for you, or the perfect next few weeks for you to embark on a journey that's a little bit different to what you would usually do. And Spirit is saying you're always going to come back to those, to those really steadfast, reliable practices and things that you do and that you believe in and that you work with. But you're really being encouraged to step outside the box a little bit and see what comes up, because that is going to be very empowering for you as well, because you're going to realize that there are things that you didn't think you were capable, or that maybe you're capable of it, but there's a bit of fear there of, am I going to be good enough, or am I even going to be able to do it? There's going to be a lot of beautiful experiences for you from this, a lot of little moments of, oh my gosh, okay, I can do that, or oh my gosh, that really isn't right for me, I'm going to let that go. Get a little bit creative, get a little bit, get a little bit explorative with your spiritual practices this month and see how you go with it. And if you have a favourite practice that you love, that you absolutely adore and you think the whole world needs to know about it, I'd love you to tell me and tell us all in the comments below, so that other people, who may not have heard of it or who may not be aware of it, they might find that and think, oh yes, that's worth a try, that's grabbed my attention. So I'd love you to share anything that you're doing or anything that you're experiencing that you find really helpful for you to feel empowered within yourself, to feel more centered and more empowered within yourself. So I think we'll finish up there. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, as always, please put them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I hope you have a beautiful month ahead, and I will see you all again next month for Soul Sessions with Jo. Take care. Bye.